Sometimes art is prophetic, and sometimes I don't know how to offset it. The words too authentic to constantly do what I do and augment it. Y'all talk a big game, can't tell if y'all meant it. As seconds turns to minutes, the ticking will tell all. Will you hold firm or steadily fall? Will you conform with the ways of the world, or will you give the world everything that you are? Make them fuckers move around you, kinda like sound do. Break out of everything that they had you bound to. You got knocked down, ho, get ready for round two. It's round two. Get ready for round two. Come back, run rap, run laps around these cats, jump back, kiss myself, still keeping me intact. Weird and black, they for that, hold up, steer it back. Weird and black, they revere that, yup, you hear that?
Turnstile, switch it up. Young nigga raised hard, he learned not to give a fuck. Young nigga came far, still never give enough. Coming with the flavor, delicious, so she lick it up. Bust down, stick it up, I put it down, so pick it up. Scud town, saviors, done some till he shift to musk. Stench so stank that the shit compares soft to us. Crud so dank, make your face smell to dripping, cuz club go shake when the bass gets to hitting ya. They ain't really hearing us, but they gon' feel something when the way is paved clear enough. I don't fear nothing but the fate, is God real or not? Well, fuck it, got the world in my hands, and that's real enough. Fuck it, got the world in my hands, gold forms to touch. Might just spend it all one time to give it all to us. Yeah, give it all to us.
Yeah, this that hip-hop body rock, hardcore karate chop, neo-Nazi nasty, not feel it in my chest. How could you wear that name? Must be automatic shame, using automatic lame, heard it from the best. Fresh flow, let's go, plus I got a lot of heart. It's necessary when you dabble in this art. Grab canvas, paint picture, use them acrylics, paint a picture so vivid, the people gotta feel it like the Kaaba. Lyrics bear fruit like guava, words spilling out of my brain like lava. Spills out the top of a volcano, and they know that A-Right is not the one to play no. I'm Kano in Mortal Kombat, cause the lyrics like blades. Aim it at your jugular when I'm on stage. Until you heard me spit, homie, you ain't heard rage. On another chapter, so turn a turn. Okay, got that out my system. A-Right on another planet, dog, you must have missed them. When I do it how I do, it's of my own volition. Go make my destination even in the worst condition. I cruise the Blues Brothers, cause you know we on a mission. Eternity of roses I make bumping in your system. I mean, banging it, and I'm still hanging it. And I got a gang of wisdom, I got a gang of rhythms, I got a lot of soul. I found the pot of gold, I'm wrapping that shit up, gon' sell it to the globe. I got some game to give them, they don't really want, but they really need it. And I want you to succeed, I want you to be free. I want you to remove every obstacle from being what you truly wanna be. I truly wanna see, and I can only lead by example. So here's a sample from me, so get up.
Okay, because it stopped trending. So it's okay. It stopped trending on Twitter.
2 touchdowns a game.
Yes, in the game.
You're tripping.
How you high? No, high
Super Bowl time.
expectations.
I don't know what we're doing in that front office, man.
Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this. Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Her.
Fuck.
Her upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches.
What is going on, folks? Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet. This is After Further Review, episode 131. I am your co-host, Jalen Brown.
I'm your other wonderful, happy-go-lucky co-host, Shaquille Brown.
And I'm your other co-host, Malin. It is glad that he is not a Miami Heat fan.
All right. So we could even wait 2 minutes into the show to start talking.
No, not even 10 seconds.
Can't even get my piece.
Go ahead, Nestor.
And I'm your other great co-host all the way from Colombia. I can't even say it anymore. Nestor.
Folks, we hope you are all having a fantastic Wednesday evening. I want to thank you for joining us once again for episode 131. Let's open up the show like we usually do. Take our shot very carefully.
You know, they're not that full. Well, no.
Hey, yours might not be, but
Yours,
to
Jalen's
you.
a little full. There you go. Yeah, I would like to point out that, Nestor's been gone for so long that if we didn't see him every week, we'd be getting the State Department involved here.
Yeah.
This is getting ridiculous.
you got to start sharing
Looks
information.
like he's in a prison.
Start sharing information after the show so you can share it to the department when you're gone.
They keep that man in a white room with no characteristics,
And black shirts.
so you can't. I mean, sometimes got the blue PlayStation shirt, but are you drinking Modelo too?
No, I'm drinking this.
I don't know what that is.
What is? There's
A lot of
there's
words
a
on
bunch of letters. Those aren't words.
Brit-
What is that?
British Beer Company. Come on, guys. British Beer Company. Like,
In Colombia?
He says that like Chris
Yeah.
said no.
This man say that
British
like
Beer
we
Company, you don't know
normally
that?
drink that. On
Is
the
it
show.
actually British Beer Company?
yeah.
And they ship stuff to Colombia on a regular basis.
You guys think nothing gets exported over here? There's like Stella.
I'm gonna be honest, like, I know you go to the dentist and all, but I don't even think you guys have toothpaste. I'm just gonna be real.
You guys think I'm in the Amazon
He
rainforest?
said you go to the dentist like, dentist, when do you come back?
I mean, I know that. Like, I just learned like a few weeks ago that Colombia has a desert. How does Colombia have a desert?
That's a
First
good
of all,
question.
that's
A
weird.
Very good question.
How do you have a rainforest and the desert?
Yeah.
Isn't Colombia
just
like
found out they have two.
47 miles circumference? It's not even that big.
Not even.
That's a lot of baddies per square mile. I'll tell you that much.
Gotta cram them all in there.
20 baddies per square mile. A lot of cheeks around.
Is man. Just,
All right, the show.
What is this
we,
show?
we ain't ever
See,
gonna see him.
your goal was to stop the second half from entering bad, but you never said nothing about the first half of the show.
You know, it's all about the transition. As long as we transition smooth, whatever we talk about is whatever at that point. Clearly.
What's going on with this? Chicago about to win this damn
British
game
beer
because-
company.
Yeah, you'll have to excuse us, folks. The playing games are still in the works tonight. We've got Chicago and Toronto on now, and then we still have the riveting OKC and New Orleans game.
And listen, Canada is doing Canada things. They go up big and then they come up small. That's
The only
what
thing
they
is,
do.
New Orleans can't cry too hard if they lose because they're already a little bit
mean-
too, they're a little bit too close to the water, sea level, so they can't cry too
Okay,
hard.
first of all, they're under sea level.
Exactly, they cry, they gone.
Second, like, how can you be that upset if you lose to playing game in New Orleans? Because you still got Bourbon Street.
Oh, okay, all right.
I ain't,
Drink your sorrows
I
away.
don't give a damn what Pelicans do if I got Bourbon Street outside my door. Let's go.
I wanted to use it as a threat. It's like if they play at home, it's like if you beat us, we'll cry. You can't leave. You'll drown with us.
Something tells me there's a little bit of racism involved in what Shaq just said, but we're gonna go ahead and
I can say it.
Oh, you can. And you did.
I have any minority city in
This man saying that all these people in New Orleans can cry so hard. They got so much water in them, so much water in the body that they can break a levee. So,
and the half 11 they got left in that city.
you know, they rebuilt it. Come on, man. Katrina.
Did they
was
rebuild it or did they kind of like?
First of all, you were like 3 months old when the levee broke. Shut up.
3 months.
I don't know.
It was in the 2000s.
10 years
Can
old.
relax.
Around there, yeah.
Yeah. What the hell were you doing when you were 10 years old?
Being the 10-year-old.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably wearing 3 socks, you dirty. Okay, let's talk about sports.
We hinted at the plan, but now we're actually going to talk about it.
Instead of me wearing 3 socks.
We're in for a doozy tonight.
Did I mention they were like the no-show socks?
All right. I just assumed those high knee white socks that they got going on.
We are an NFL and NBA show.
Are we?
We actually we are.
A little bit of golf.
Yeah, we
Every now and then we got a little bit of hockey going on when I want to talk about it.
We're going to talk about the first round of the playoffs tonight. So, like I just said, playing games are kind of still in the works, but things are starting to pan out, and we can see what most of the first round is going to look like. So I want to ask you guys, out of all of the first round series that we have, which one are you the most interested in? I'm going to start with Nestor as he's drinking his BBC.
British Beer Company.
A BBC?
I want to know, when we go to the second half of the show, when G Money's on here, I want to know if he's ever heard of this goddamn company.
Right, is that what your interpretation of BBC
That man's
was?
actually British. So I want to know if G Money knows the British Beer Company.
He might know.
First of all, is that like
Is it
a
actually-
nationalized beer? British Beer Company? What
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I mean, they have. Go ahead, Nestor.
Yeah,
I'm
go
starting
ahead.
to doubt. I'm starting to doubt the legitimacy of this. But there's a few good first round series. But I'm gonna take especially like Clippers and Phoenix because there's always been beef there. Then you have Paul George and his PlayStation shoes versus KD and
PlayStation shirt roasted people about PlayStation shoes.
So, look them up. They're actually pricey. But yeah, Lakers versus Grizzlies because of all the drama. Uncle Sharp. Yeah, that's the series I want to see.
Yeah. Oh man, I want him there in a cardigan again.
Yes. A tight cardigan.
Just throw. Well, I mean, first of all, when you're sharp size, every cardigan is gonna be tight.
Absolutely.
But I mean, damn, he's got a neck the size of Shaq's head, so
that's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
National
Probably got
threat.
some vascular issues. But you know what? I did have the Suns and Clippers also. I didn't really know that they had beef. I don't know.
Well, it's two players that have beef between Westbrook and Durant. The teams themselves, I don't think so. But
do Westbrook and Durant, do they really have beef? Okay. All I know is that the Clippers are suck. Like Chip City, no Chip City, right? You broke ass people. So in Phoenix has actually been to the NBA Finals, even though they lost to the Bulls, but they've actually been there.
The Bucks.
But I do have is one of my teams, and I'm gonna let somebody go, and then I'll pick because I have one from the East, one from the West. So when it comes to the Suns and Clippers, did you guys know that Durant is 25-2 since mid-November?
Yes.
25-2. This man don't lose. Now he gets hurt a lot because he only played 27 games since mid-November. But when he's playing, he don't lose. Still ain't got no Cavs. I don't know what happened to the Cavs. So he's never playing for Cleveland ever. But and then you got Leonard that I think he played 25 games
Probably
all year.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of feel like with Paul George and Leonard and them, like when they do the introductions, like they should just come out with walkers, because they're brittle, they're old.
You don't know.
And he got that like the laugh from Leonard. That's cute. The one time he let his personality show, and he was like, "Nope, can't do that again." So it just goes back into the recesses of the dark abyss. But yeah, so I am excited about the Suns and Clippers because I do think that it's going to be a sweep. I think that fans should show up in Phoenix with the brooms out on game 1.
You don't think Clip City gets one win out of them? Kawhi just goes
No,
ridiculous.
no,
No.
I don't. I think it's going to be a sweep.
Damn. Russ doesn't pop off one game.
What pop off with what? Like, okay, now it is International Day of Street Kids, Homeless Kids. So, I mean, I do think that Westbrook is want to throw some bricks up, build some houses for some children out in LA. That might happen. But go off, like, what is this? Like 2017, 2013, 2014, 2015?
Russ, he's fitting in well as a Clipper.
Yeah, because they're losers. What are we talking about? This is the Clippers.
Clippers fans, all three of y'all are hearing me vouching for you right now.
Yeah, I don't even know why you're doing that. That's disgusting.
I'm just trying to give him some hope, some optimism.
You need some mouthwash. Take another sip of that Modelo.
Oh, come on now. I got to hit up Nestle's plug for that mouthwash.
Oh,
Yeah, well, he's
both mouths washing each other.
That was good. That was good.
He's like Clip City, Pick City. That's what he's doing with it.
Shaq, which first round matchup are you the most interested in?
I'm also going to agree with the rest of the Clip and the Phoenix, but for different reasons. I feel like it won't be a wash. I feel like it'll be I feel it's entertaining series. It'll go for the long run, purely because I feel like Russ will be like, I got to prove to LeBron and AD that I can play a game without those two.
But that's why they're going to get swept, because Westbrook is going to feel like he's like, I got to rise to the occasion. And he's not even going to rise above New Orleans levees. Like, he's going to sink.
Do we get the Russ doing too much, or do you get Mr. Triple-Double himself who performs and gets his numbers and does what he needs to do?
First of all, Russ doing too much does not equate triple-doubles anymore.
But we don't
Russ
know.
doing too much equals L's and get you shipped out of the Lakers.
But all I'm saying is
and then the G League Clippers pick you up. Like, that's what's happening.
But the G League Clippers doing better than the Lakers themselves right now. That's all I'm saying.
No, not since the All-Star break. Not since they got rid of his ass.
I mean, enough not to worry about the playing game. That's all I gotta say.
Hold on. But Russ put them in the playing game. Russell Westbrook was so goddamn bad with the Lakers that's the reason why the Lakers had to fight the way that they did.
But
hold on. The Lakers were the 12 seed when they shipped his ass off. And then they got all the way to the 7 seed. We had shows talking about, could the Lakers get into the playoffs? And once they shipped away Westbrook, after they actually put that squad together, I know that, LeBron James was hurt for a little bit, came back. They went from 12 to 7. They actually have the best record in the West since the All-Star break.
Yeah.
So they've been better without Westbrook's ass. He put them in that position.
I'm just saying that this whole matchup will be much more competitive than you saying they get blown out.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying that I feel like this will be.
With you.
I feel like there will be a long haul type battle for some odd reason. Westbrook's gonna find himself. I'm not saying he's gonna be the prime Westbrook that you think he is, but he's gonna do just enough.
Even in his prime, he was a loser.
But I mean, enough to be a Hall of Famer. That's all I'm saying in future reference.
I mean, sure, yeah, at some point.
But I'm just saying,
Stats matter.
I mean, I'm just saying enough for this series
chips.
to be the most interesting series.
Oh.
Because I firmly believe the rest of these series that come along in these playoffs, it's probably gonna end up being a blowout. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Well, I think the most competitive one is going to be Memphis and the Lakers.
I
think that's going to be the most competitive one. But as far as like Showtime and all that, like you want to see Westbrook, you want to see Durant. But I love any time that a team is just going to smack the shit out of the Clippers.
The fact that Chicago just won this game after
they did. That is crazy. Wow. Aaron Levine, man. I don't know if Levine's white or black. I don't know.
You mean Zach Levine?
Yeah. Well, I said
Adam
Levine.
Levine, Zach Levine. Doesn't matter.
Good for them.
Nah, he's white. 100%.
He's probably mixed.
Nah, I mean, maybe like 2%, but no, let's go. But no, I do think that the Lakers and Memphis is going to be the most competitive.
Yes, all of the West matchups are really interesting, so it's kind of hard for me to land on one. Most of the East ones are like pretty. I mean, we kind of can see what's going on there, but the West ones, there's a lot of storylines. Memphis, LA, Phoenix, LA. The one that I'm going with though is actually Golden State and Sacramento.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Very interesting to me because we've got the young upstart hasn't made the playoffs in like the last 100 years. Kings coming up against the defending champs who can't win a game on the road. This is very interesting. On are the Warriors going to finally turn it on? We've been hearing all year that they have a switch that they can just turn on once they need to.
That makes me so mad.
Yeah, I think the Kings. I'm bullish on the Kings. You guys probably already know that, so I think that they're gonna end up winning their series outright. But it's gonna be interesting. I can see that going like 6 or 7 games because the Warriors aren't gonna go out without a fight. So,
And
yeah,
the crazy thing is, this is the first year that all 4 California teams are in the playoffs at the same time.
Which is weird.
First
as
time.
fuck to me.
Yeah.
Weird as
First
fuck
of
to me.
well, no, not really, because when the Kings were good with Weber and Bibby, and Vlade Divac and them, you didn't hear about Golden State. Golden State was terrible.
Yeah.
So they haven't been to the playoffs since that squad. So like the fact that all 4 now are in the playoffs at the same time. I mean, first of all, like there's only so many NBA teams. Like why California got to monopolize?
But I think it's purely
like, what
because
are we doing?
I think it's purely because it showed beef with the Lakers and Clippers so hard, and then we watched Westbrook go from one like California team to the other one. And we're like, yeah, fuck him, and then we see both of them make it into
I
it.
mean, and the
talk
crazy
about
thing
it.
is, it like both Sacramento and Golden State are flawed. Like Golden State
Yeah.
can't win on the road,
Right.
And Sacramento can't play defense.
Right. Yeah.
So it's gonna be weird. It's like how wide open is Curry going to be, and Thompson,
Yeah.
and is Draymond Green gonna get in the head of some people? Like that is gonna be a really
Can't wait.
interesting series.
Sabonis against Draymond.
Oh my god,
Darren Fox against
Sabonis.
Curry is gonna be.
Listen, I'm old enough. When I used to watch Sabonis' dad play for Portland,
That's awesome.
I'm that old.
Man,
I'm an old.
Some of us don't.
I'm
have
an
that.
old head over here.
Some of us don't have the.
Not a big head like Shaq, but I'm an old head.
I mean, my head travel like time
Dimensions.
It does.
Dimensions. So.
It does. This man is like fighting civil rights in the '60s and talking about the NBA playoffs right
got
now.
that.
He's flying a car too.
I got that. I got that Doctor Strange. I got that Doctor Strange mentality.
He's simultaneously walking with Dr. Luther King and riding in the car with the Jetsons. That is what Shaq is doing right now while he's talking about sports.
I just gotta get away from a JFK car treatment. That's all I gotta do. So.
You better be in the
You should
crowd.
be in the car. There'd be like a damn bubble in
there
front
he
of
is.
it. And
You
JFK
can
would
rewrite
still be
history.
alive.
Oh, there we go.
Just ricocheting bullets.
If I concentrate hard enough to the
You
shot,
know.
can bend time.
Okay, so can I talk about my second team before we? Because did everybody else do 2 teams or just
I just
one?
went with one.
Okay, so I
Curious to
did a
hear
West
your
and an East. So because we all talked about the West, right? So the one that I'm really excited about in the East though is Cleveland and the Knicks.
Okay.
That is one I'm excited about because you're talking about 2 teams that I don't think that they're going to be heavy players as far as like going to the finals.
Right.
But would it surprise me that one of those teams snuck into the Eastern Conference Finals?
Okay.
No, I don't think it would. I think Boston would beat the brakes off of any one of those 2. But you're talking about a team that ended the March when Randall was out, and I think Randall's going to be back for the playoffs. I think he is because he was out for a couple weeks with an ankle injury. But Brunson, who the Mavs are stupid for not signing that man. They're like, you got Luka. Be like, yep, really miss him. 'Cause we got flat Earth fucking Irving over here. This man's popping off for 25 a game.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's like 24.8. I think Randall's like 25.1, but I like either or. But the last time these 2 teams played, Brunson popped off for 48 points by himself, and they won 130 to 116 against the Cavs. But at the same time, like the Cavs are in the playoffs for the first time without LeBron James since 1998. And, like Donovan Mitchell, I think he's a great pickup for that squad, averaging like 28 a game. I love the young pieces involved.
Yeah.
They've both done a really great job of getting into, like, they're not even a part of the plan.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you got squads like Atlanta, Miami.
Good one.
You got Chicago, and you got Toronto. Like, Toronto's won the championship the last couple of years. All those teams are playing in the play-in, yet you got but yet you got these two teams. You got Cleveland, you got New York. They're like, nah, man, we're good. We're just holding up the
Settled right in the middle.
right in the middle. And they can do some damage if they get out of there. So I'm excited about that series. I think it's going to be exciting, even though I don't think it's going to have a lot of NBA Finals implications.
Yeah. G Money agrees with you. He says that he's intrigued by the Knicks and Cavs. Yeah. OKC New Orleans just started, so just keep your eye on that.
Couple G League teams.
Right.
That's cool.
I swear, if OKC makes it to the playoffs somehow, Jesus.
If OKC ends up, like, I would love for OKC to make the playoffs and have to end up playing either Phoenix or the Clippers, like one of those two.
No one needs to even have their best player on the court right now. So
They haven't had their best player on the court except for 90 games in the last 4 years.
But that's
So,
concerning to
I
me.
mean-
It's like you're having a team that's kind of like a
Damn.
G Money says, did Miami play? I thought they forfeited that game against Atlanta.
okay. Next subject.
Well, no. Well,
we're not even talking about. We're not even talking about Miami right now. Why are
We should,
still?
because we're into the play-in here, and you know some teams like the Lakers rise to the occasion. Some teams don't even show up,
Right.
and that was Miami. Hairline Young whooped y'all's asses.
Listen to me when I say this. I love this team, the Miami Heat, but fuck them. The one time I need y'all to perform, one time all year, so y'all don't make me look stupid on my own goddamn show with my own co-host.
Yeah, you're right. He was half right because he picked the Lakers.
I picked
and
the
Heat.
Lakers to win.
Right.
All y'all have to do was beat this god awful team that's ranked below y'all in the wonderful standings. And y'all motherfuckers can do that. Y'all go out there with your thumb on your ass, whacking your own lip dick around. What the
Why
fuck
you
y'all
look at
want
the
me to do?
camera? Why you looking
I don't
at
give a
me?
damn who looking at me, who not looking
By
at
the
me,
way-
where I'm looking. Nestor
By the
on
way-
back screen for this moment in
By the
time
way-
right out to me. Go ahead, Nestor.
The person who made the comment under the TikTok video saying, "Yeah, Heat and Lakers definitely," that was not me. That was someone that stole my identity.
So I'm just upset because
different
I make a call.
That was
call.
a different Nestor from Columbia.
Of course, I make a call, and this other hooligan decides to agree with me and fucked over the whole karma and juju going on. And of course, I would rather not see LeBron and
Nah, I'm just saying that y'all went from Game 7 to the Eastern Conference Finals to losing in a play-in game, and you got one more shot.
and who do you play if you win?
Milwaukee.
Exactly my point. So we go to go get swept. So what the fuck is what is our goal?
But what's wrong with a broom? Everybody likes brooms.
Witches like brooms.
Can I?
Housewives in the '60s like brooms. I don't know. What we're trying to.
I don't know, witches and bitches, butlers and heroes. I don't know, like who? What are we? What are we doing?
All right, Dr.
What are we
Seuss.
I don't know.
Just butlers and
Yeah, Dr. Seuss over here rhyming over.
I don't know. What you're
Legacy
talking about,
of-
man. Your team is just so god awful that
But
they can't even
But
like.
here's my thing. I know they're god awful. That's what upsets me. It's like, how the fuck do you have the same roster and almost make it last year and then fucking can't even make playoffs this year? That's what upset me. The inconsistency with their team. It's like, what the fuck is their problem on the year-to basis?
I'm just gonna say that, like, when I was a kid and I used to always play the board game Clue, I used to always think the Butler did it, but at this point, the Butler didn't do it. He choked.
didn't do anything.
Choke artist.
But that's the thing. He knows that he's the primary driver of this team. That he knows that if he can't get
Yeah, he driving Miss Daisy's old ass.
Crazy part
driving
is
himself to grave.
Kyle Lowry scored 30 points. If somebody would have told me yesterday morning Kyle Lowry's going to score 30 points tonight, I'd be like, oh, Miami blew them out then. He was the only person that was really popping off.
Yeah.
And that was that. The rebounding in this game was
Atrocious.
63 rebounds the Hawks grabbed to the Heat's 39.
crazy.
It was like every shot that went up, if it didn't go in, you just knew that either Capella or John Collins was going to grab it and go, all right, go ahead, Trey, shoot it again. All right, go ahead, Devontae, shoot it again. Go ahead, Bogdan, shoot it. Like every single time, the Hawks had at least 2 attempts on the
Because we don't have a big man competition like that anymore. We got a bunch of old men operating as our big men.
Yeah,
It's kind
Bam
of like
was looking like lost. He just wasn't getting anything.
You know what I think is just like the funniest thing about the Heat is how much they celebrated Adonis Haslam's 24 points in the last game, and how the Miami Heat scored the most points off the bench in NBA history, 101, I think it was. That's not a good thing. Your starting 5 was so god-ass awful that the bench had to score 101 points. Damn.
Can we transition to the next actual?
Well,
that's on our
I mean,
schedule, and that
The good thing is the upside, Shaq Nestor. You guys have Toronto to play next.
who
Yeah,
just
y'all
came
get to
back
play
after
Canada.
being back behind the whole entire game, came back fourth quarter and like
Well,
dusted off some cheeks and was
listen,
like, all right,
you need to win this one for America.
We won't, but
Well, you
no.
should.
yeah, come on. South Beach versus Toronto.
Come on.
What are we talking about here?
But
Toronto has won a ring more recently than South Beach, so let's not act
Little
like
bit.
that.
you guys ain't had LeBron James in a minute. That is true.
2010s are over.
It took Silent Quiet to
Well,
godforsaken team.
we're still in the same.
The city of cocaine and sins.
So first round, who is making it out? I'll just real quick. I'll give you my teams who are coming out of each conference.
We don't
I
even know
think-
who's all playing yet, though.
It does. My picks ain't
Okay.
matter. East, I think that all of the favorite teams will come out. So Sixers,
Yes.
Bucks, Celtics, Cavs.
I agree.
West, I think we've got the Suns, Nuggets, Kings, and the Lakers.
Yes.
I'm taking the Lakers.
I am taking the Lakers as well.
over the Grizzlies.
I am. Because they're going to be rested. They don't got to play back-to-backs in the playoffs.
Right. That's just the Lakers' worst nightmare.
You're going to get
Back-to-back.
prime Davis, prime LeBron every game.
Right.
Don't.
Here's my thing. I completely agree. But what my thing was, I thought I was gonna be the only one to actually choose the Lakers to actually really come back out of this. So I was like, I don't pick the ghost pick. I'm pick Lakers because I know how much y'all hate the fucking Lakers to do anything at all. So the fact that I hear both of y'all fucking agreeing on Lakers is wild to me. But like, I also picked the Lakers that they will absolutely come out the first round.
Listen, I'm telling you guys right now, one of 2 teams is coming out of the West. It's either Phoenix or it's going to be LA.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
One of those 2.
but it's gonna be LA.
coming out.
It's gonna be LA.
One of
100%.
those. Oh, he's saying the Lakers are going to the finals. Man, if we get another Lakers Boston finals,
Can I
Jesus.
Can I throw in a 2 cents?
Oh, if we can get one of those.
I threw this 2 cents in there earlier this season and nobody acknowledged it. But now that it's actually more of a concept that seeing as they're in the playoff now, if the Lakers come through and they make it to finals, does this change anything for LeBron's legacy long
No.
term?
Because he's going to lose in the finals, and everyone's going to hold that again. Now it should count in his legacy.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
should.
absolutely.
Making it in an 11th time
Right. Yeah.
should count.
Well, I'm saying it's
Should, but it won't, because everyone's gonna, be like Dick riding Jordan, be like 6-0, and
But-
so it's not gonna matter.
It's not gonna matter. But if you think about the concept of things, how many other players in history can we actually compare that to that has actually made the finals or has actually
It
done that?
doesn't matter.
But that's what I'm
There
saying.
are people sticking Jordan shoes up their vaginas right now, screaming 6-0.
Why does it gotta be a vagina?
Vaginas,
Because that's what
anuses,
these
it doesn't
people
fucking
do, man.
matters.
You over there dick riding the Jordan 1s in 6-0. Forget about the fact that he never beat the Celtics. He never beat the Pistons.
You see what you did, Shaq?
He beat an AIDS-ass Lakers team, beat a fat-ass Barkley Suns team. I mean, come on, man. Like, we act like like he just had this free run of the Eastern Conference the whole time he was in the NBA.
Oh my god.
He could not beat the best of the best the first half of his career.
What I was going to say was that I don't remember who the rest of us took to come out of the West before the season started, but Shaq, I specifically remember he picked the Clippers to actually come out of the West.
He did.
I mean, they're
100%.
still
got a good-
they're
100%.
still
Nah,
there.
man. George and Kawhi
but
are
did we
running
ever-
on one
but
knee
my-
right now.
But my thing is, did we ever predict that Westbrook would be now part of that equation?
Boy, did that flip.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is I can't believe it.
Because we count on him sinking one LA team. We didn't think it was
But
going to be
that's
the
my thing.
Clippers.
The main reason I chose the Clippers is because
did not have
Westbrook. But I know Westbrook switched sides, kind of like
Man, he fucked you hard, didn't he? Messed you up. He's like, fuck Shaq.
But now that Westbrook, I'm just choosing opposite Westbrook at this point in time. It's like, yeah, I choose him to make it out the first round, but I choose Westbrook against beating his past team at any point in time. No.
Who would have thought that Westbrook would have played on two LA teams the same year?
And kill both of those teams.
The U.S. is going to fly astronauts around Shaq's head for the first time in like 30
All I'm
years.
saying is that
Wait.
legacy wise, LeBron
But
could
it's
very
not
much
gonna
change his
matter,
legacy
though.
because people are.
Nestor.
I'm trying to make this not that terminology, but people ride Jordan's dick way too hard and
Okay,
legacy
he wants to talk
wise.
about what I was saying, but then he goes. I was just involved in shoes.
That's what I'm saying. They
But
ride
no,
this man's dick way
but
too hard.
But
No
it's
matter
not.
LeBron
Okay,
could
first of
literally.
all, I would like to go back to like episode 70 when I was on the time. I think it was episode 70 when not,
131.
probably not one of them where all of a sudden like y'all wanted to browbeat me with Shaq's forehead over me saying that LeBron James is
not do
better
that,
than
but-
Jordan.
And I
But you
agree with
damn well wanted to. You wanted to rip that eyebrow off his head and just smack the shit out of me.
But I agree with you. Literally a
Tell us
couple
who's
of
coming out of the first round of playoffs.
But this man,
God.
the moment you sent me the itinerary for this
when did
for
he
the show, I was like,
become? When did he becomes like LeBron's jockstrap? Like
You know,
when did
the
this
greatest
happen?
thing is that Shaq can switch sides, and Malin will not allow you to switch sides.
I'm trying to join you, and he's like, he's staring. He's like, you
stay over
staring.
Because y'all kicked my ass on this show.
Because you didn't pick the right side originally. You were supposed to be the old head.
Oh,
of the,
it's only the right side when he
goodness.
wants it to be the
you were
right
supposed to
side.
be-
Is that
you-
what we're
you were
doing?
supposed to be the old head of the show who picked Jordan, and the rest of us were supposed to be LeBron.
I'm the only one old enough to see both of them play in their
I'm
prime.
sorry that I'm trying to play the script and you decided to do your own damn
Sorry
thing.
that I'm objective.
But
Don't
anyway.
act like you didn't see Jordan in the 80s with that big ass head of yours.
Anyway, LeBron, go. Anyway, Nessa, you go ahead and pick who you want to pick.
God.
Jesus.
I got Bucks, Cleveland, Philly, Atlanta. I'm kidding. Boston. West, I got
I was about
Denver,
to smack him from
Phoenix,
Columbia.
Lakers, and I got Golden State getting through.
Oh,
Wow. Ooh.
Yes.
if they get through, I would be
Yes.
so upset.
He was so close to
I-
not doing the bitch move. But he
I
didn't.
hope I'm wrong, but I think they'll switch it on a little bit, just enough
That's
to beat
disgusting.
Sacramento.
So, okay, so here's a question for you. In the Sacramento Golden State series, what happens more? Does Draymond Green get more technicals, or does Steph Curry throw his mouth guard more times?
It's hard. Draymond Green.
The mouth guard.
The over on the mouth guard.
I don't know, because if we're right and they lose, it might be a tie. Like they might be teching people and throwing mouth guards out in the crowd and in eye sockets.
I gotta go for Tex.
I mean, that's fair. Either way, we've got a lot of very compelling matchups coming up, so this weekend should be fun.
It's gonna be a good playoffs.
Let's get to the news.
Today's top stories and breaking news.
NFL news, a little bit of Masters results. So let's start off with the Ravens picking up OBJ. 1 year, $15 million guaranteed, or 18 with incentives. I was kind of surprised that this actually worked out because we kind of heard rumors beforehand, like last week, I didn't actually think they were going to go through this, but 15 million guaranteed, up to 18 for OBJ after he's coming off of I think it was ACL in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's like a second one.
Yeah, it's his second one. It's a lot of money at this point in the year for what Odell is at this point. You guys think that the Ravens got a good? Do you think that he'll be a good fit in Baltimore?
Do I think he's going to be a good fit? Only because he's the only fit.
Yes.
What are we talking about? What, Bateman? Rashad
Bateman, yep.
Was he like the number one receiver last year? Does anybody know his stats? No, you don't, because they're not worth remembering because there wasn't that many.
Yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, they swung for the fences because they want Lamar Jackson to sign the tender. And we'll talk about Lamar Jackson later, but also like it doesn't make them title contenders.
No.
Does Bateman, OBJ, and Mark Andrews at tight end? Does that? Can you name the starting running back for the Baltimore Ravens?
Oh no,
No, you can't. Well, his name is Lamar Jackson. So I mean, Baltimore ranked 32nd in the NFL with wide receiver yardage per game last year without OBJ. Okay. In 2021, last time he played, he had 44 receptions, 530 something yards, 5 touchdowns. Okay. Now everyone wants to remember playoff OBJ.
Right.
They want to remember the guy that was going to be the Super Bowl MVP had he not tore his ACL in the middle of that Super Bowl. Like, it would have been Kupp. It would have been him.
Yeah.
Because they were double teaming the hell out of Kupp.
Right.
And he was wide open. Well, that's why he was getting the stats that he was getting. Because Kupp was on the other side of the ball. Now, this man is so far, everyone wants to remember him as the New York Giant that caught the fingertip pass against the Cowboys like a quarter of my life ago.
Yeah.
Like, but he's not. He's since got kicked out of New York, went to the Browns for God-forsaken reason, played 1 year at the Rams, missed a whole other year, and you're going to pay him $15 million? Yeah. Like, the best wide receivers in the NFL are making $27 million. He's making 2/3 of what the best wide receivers in the NFL are making. So it doesn't make him a Super Bowl contender in the West. Not with all the other teams like Kansas City, Buffalo, Cincinnati, those teams. Now, are they better than Pittsburgh? Yes, 100%. But look, it just doesn't. I don't know. It's like you want to fight about guaranteed money with Lamar Jackson, but you want to guarantee this man $15 million. Right. It's weird to me. I don't get it. But you know what? Odell made a business decision. He's like, I'm getting my money. I already got the Super Bowl ring.
Yep.
I'm getting my money. Yep. I don't blame him for it.
Go ahead, Shaq.
I just agree with Mail on that aspect of this is more of a power move to make sure that Lamar Jackson stays where he's at right now. Because to be honest with you, they probably have one of the top 2 quarterbacks right now going arguably in that part of the league right now. And to be honest with you, what the other competition in the division, the Christmas Miracle, Rudolph right now, and what they got going on, and Homeboy's got apparently the tightest muscles going on, who needs a massage every other week. So just, to me, it's kind of like they know damn well they need Lamar to stay. So I was like, you know what? How about this? We give you Odell, whatever delusion that you think that Homeboys will give you another ring. Go ahead and grasp at that, and we'll let you.
Isn't that what I just said? That it was a power move to get Lamar Jackson?
But I literally just said that.
And he just said, "Oh, you're agreeing."
That's what I'm saying. I agree. I'm agreeing with
disagreeing with.
No,
that was the reason.
I said I'm agreeing with Phil in that aspect. This is just more of a move to make sure that Lamar stays where he's at. They just know that Lamar right now is their best option as a quarterback, and
he's the only option.
Yeah, as I'm saying, and no other quarterback's gonna be like, I'm gonna go. Because any other quarterback that goes to the division knows that they will just be second best in that division when it comes to being a quarterback, and they'll be just competing with Cincinnati when it comes to that division. So right now, Lamar is their only option. So to them, it's like it may not be the best move, but it is the power move for them to just make sure they stay at least consistent to where they're at.
Yeah.
So I do have one question for you. When you think about that division, you have Joe Burrow, you have Deshaun Watson, you have Lamar Jackson, maybe, and then you got Cody Pickett. Okay, so we know that Pittsburgh is on the low end of the rung on this one. Okay, now I'm not saying that to be disrespectful.
It's on the insult, but I agree with you. We got low in the quarterback.
He can definitely grow.
Right.
I still think that Deshaun Watson is a better quarterback. He didn't prove it last year, but I think that what he did in Houston, when I look at what he's done versus what Lamar Jackson's done, I think Deshaun Watson is a better quarterback overall in their career. Lamar Jackson had 1 year where everyone wanted to ride the train, and he won the MVP and stuff like that. It shouldn't have been unanimous. I think it's a little bit stupid. The man completed like 57% of his passes that year. Maybe a little bit more, whatever. But still got bounced out in the first round of the playoffs. Like, even if he comes back, like, you look at Baltimore's talent, Cleveland's talent. I'm not even talking about Cincy because they're clearly number one. Like, are they fighting for second place in that division? So they're going for a wild card? Is that the best case scenario? You're getting $15 million
Right.
to somebody to possibly be the second best, but you're probably going to be the third best?
It takes one game slip up, and you're all of a sudden the third best team in that division above my team, who a lot of people
Yeah, you guys
struggle
were
with.
number four.
I mean, and that's coming from a lot who's a person is a fan of that team, but we are number 4 in that division.
Defense,
Defense
probably number one.
Defense number 1, but offense wise, dragging us down as number
Watt better
4.
be breaking knees.
Like he better be in that backfield 90% of the time when it comes to every offensive position. But like every defense number 1, offensive wise, Cincinnati. I agree with you. The Browns have to be overall number 2 when it comes to offense, and then it goes to the Ravens. Even with, I mean, it's not prime OBJ, it's old man OBJ. There's a reason he ended up there in the first place. Not like teams were like scraping their veins out trying to like we want OBJ. People are like, it's OBJ.
Old man OBJ.
Old man OBJ. Yes, he's got the experience to get you your catch where you need to, make critical stuff, but he's not out there like doing it.
Old man OBJ is like get off my lawn guy.
Yeah.
That is who he is. I'm picturing Samuel L. Jackson in a movie that I can't remember, with white hair, with bald head, screaming at people from the porch.
The only thing that upsets me that
can't remember the name of the movie, but I know it happened.
The only thing that upsets me
saying motherfucker a lot
is that if Homeboy they have so many goddamn concussions that had those brain cells were like one brain cell in his head. AB could have very much been the OBJ over a team, or we could have been competing like, they got OBJ, but you got AB over a team, and he could be.
How did you find a way to bring Antonio Brown in?
I mean, all I'm saying is like
that's cute.
All I'm saying is receivers of great, like high caliber, high performing gets their catches, like senior in their kind of like teams. AB, I feel like could be that same caliber OBJ, but like because Homeboy ain't too bright right now and jobless.
We need to move on to the next topic.
I'm sorry that I'm making sense in that portion, but T-Shirt.
Nestor, let's start with you on the next one.
Drink some water, Shaq.
Devin White requests a trade away from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What did you think about Devin White saying, "Get me up out of here"?
I want to hear.
No, he just knows what's coming next. You're gonna see a lot of white girls wearing that Baker Mayfield jersey, and it's gonna be a total disaster for the next 5, 6, 8 years. So he's doing pretty good.
First of all, he ain't gonna be the quarterback for no 5 years. Come on, man.
Better quarterback from 1 year.
No, I said it's gonna be a total disaster for the next 5 or 6 years. But Baker Mayfield.
Baker was gonna be the quarterback.
Just the jerseys part. No, unless they want to be.
Baker Mayfield to be the quarterback for the Bucs for the next 5 to 7 to 8 years. I would love for that. I would sign up for that in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
It'd be amazing.
What do you guys think about Devin White saying, please?
Look, if I was a park attendant, I'll be requesting a trade. It's like, is there a way I can park cars somewhere else? I'll go to
The Dolphins.
This man
Dolphins,
gonna move to
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, no matter.
Yeah, some
Get me out of here.
random ass parking attendant yelling Duval.
Because is there a reason for me to park 12 cars at Raymond James stadiums? No, there's not. This Taylor Swift concert that's going to happen down the road is going to attract more audience than the whole fucking football season.
I tell you what, all the damn bicycle people that used to like shuttle people from Miller's Ale House, they're going to be out of a job.
Never heard.
They're going
Ain't
to
nobody
be out of a
buying
job.
Mayfield jerseys for the Bucks anytime soon. If you are, you
I
deserve to
want
get.
to see it.
You deserve.
I want to see it.
That's just saying all the UT girls will. So
I mean, ET girls be buying anything.
Well,
so.
I mean, don't act like the USF girls are below that, dude. They all gonna do it.
First of all, if you go to college in Florida, you're probably investing in a lot of bad choices.
I am all about it. Now, listen, when it comes
Best
when
is
it,
not a bad
I'm sorry
choices.
to my blood
Living in
sister,
Florida.
but
when it comes to Devin White, though,
right.
when it comes to Devin White, he's looking for greener pastures. He understands that Tom Brady and company chomped up all the grass there was to chomp up, and it's just a barren desert now.
Yep.
And they're not going anywhere. They're not winning playoff games. They're not going to the playoffs, stuff like that. And so he wants to put what little muscle he has left, even though he hasn't even. He is. Everyone looks at Devin White like 2020 doing the peace sign to Hill. He has not played the same way like the last couple. Like he's been good, but he hasn't been like great. He's not an all pro player. So like just demanding, like, I guess requesting, but requesting is demanding. Like what is really the difference? But like, hey guys, if you would really like to, possibly if you want to trade me, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Like no, you're like saying no, I want to be traded. So I mean. Like, I don't blame him. I don't think he's getting traded. I don't think the Bucks are going to do it because I don't think he's played well enough over the last couple of years for the Bucks to be able to get the return on the investment with draft capital. But I understand why he wants to do it, and I think it's funny as shit.
It is.
God, it's funny.
Gotta jump ship when it's starting to go down. Get out before it's too late.
You're not going to be here then firing the cannons that often next year.
In Trask, they trust.
Sure.
Last but not least on the news.
Wait, first of all, when was the last time a University of Florida quarterback ever did anything in the NFL? Was it Tim Tebow won a playoff game against the Steelers?
this man laughing.
That was the last time.
This NBA team is the same as mine, sitting in the same position. His Dolphins quarterback got a Play-Doh skull, so this man laughing at me.
Hey, he learned how to fall in the offseason, so
yeah, fall right
we're
into
good.
fall right into a casket if he plays next season.
All right. Anyway, before we take low blows at Shaq,
You mean continue to take low blows at Shaq?
last but not least, John Rahm
This
takes
mother-
the Masters.
God.
Now, this was very interesting
No, it wasn't.
because up until Sunday, John was not winning the Masters.
No.
Brooks Koepka was out there.
Balling.
He was doing his thing. And I was like, damn, Malin's fucking dark horse comes out here and wins the whole thing. But Easter comes around and Brooks Koepka forgot how to play golf.
Yeah, he did. I mean, listen, man, they started hole number 6 in round 3 on Sunday morning. And Brooks Koepka was up 4 shots. At the end of Sunday, he was down 4 shots.
It was a swing.
It was. And, the crazy thing is that we watched Koepka and Rahm go 10 holes without making a single birdie.
Yeah.
Like, they were trying to be like, hey, I don't want to win. Do you want to win? No, you don't want to win. Maybe I do. Like, they were just doing this dance. And then they started, round 4, like around 2:30. And it was Easter, so I was trying to eat some ham. But I kept looking at Rahm, and I was like, you son of a... and Koepka couldn't get out of his own way.
Yeah.
I will say this: Mickelson finishing -8.
Yeah.
When he finished -8, I was rooting for the world to burn. I wanted Koepka to finish at 8, and I wanted Rahm to fuck up the back 9, and I wanted to have Phil Mickelson and Koepka, 2 live players, going up against Rahm in the playoff, and I wanted Mickelson to win it. I didn't give a shit about my pick. That would have been the funniest thing for Augusta to have to put the green jacket on Phil Mickelson again. That would have just... I'm all about anarchy when it comes to sports, and that would have been the funniest thing to watch. And it came out of nowhere. Like, I think he started his I think he shot 6 under.
Yeah.
On the last round. Like, what are you doing? Like, what the hell?
Out of the blue. Him and Spieth were just making moves on Sunday.
Meanwhile, somebody picked Rory to win it, and
Who did pick Rory?
he didn't make the cup. Somebody picked him. I know somebody. Did somebody pick him? Somebody should.
I don't know.
I
was
didn't.
like the third
I
favorite.
picked Kim Soo Lee.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, he missed the cut. He missed the cut too. Sue Lee.
All
Sue
the
Lee
I
his
took
way out of
me and
Augusta.
Jemai took Sim
Sim Lee.
Shaq picked the wrong Spaniard. He took Sergio Garcia. He should have took John Rahm.
Yeah. What?
He would have been
Why
off
did
to the
he pick
races.
somebody? Of course, he picked somebody everybody hates. But who was your dark horse? Was it Kim? Was it Sue Lee as well?
Yeah.
Was I the only one that date to Sue Lee?
No, he's with somebody else.
All I know is that, I also read the betting wrong, and I was going to tell you guys that if Koepka did win, I wasn't going to take 2 points. I was only going to take 1 because Koepka was a little bit higher up than what we were looking at as far as the odds in Vegas. Gotcha. And I was like, he was a little bit more of a favorite than what we were actually originally thinking.
Sam Burns was Shaq's start.
Sam Burns? He doesn't even know what Sam Burns looks like.
I don't know who Sam Burns is.
Well, I mean, he looks white. Looks like me without a beard. I don't know what you want from me. But no, I do think that it was. I wanted the anarchy at that moment because at one moment, like, Rahm was only at 10 under.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're only 2 shots away from the PGA just losing their shit.
And it seemed like that's where it was going. Like,
God, I
was
wanted
just
it
that
to happen
wacky
so bad.
on
And then Rahm went nuts on the back 9, and I was like, all right,
yeah,
you get it.
he put it away.
And there was a guy that lost $20,000 on a prop bet that whoever won the Masters would cry. And you got to Google the video. This man is losing his shit. He's like, why? You're a cyborg. You're a robot. Like, you're hugging your wife. You have 2 kids. You're hugging your mentor. You're doing your mom doesn't even make you cry. You robotic son of a bitch. Like, this guy was losing his mind. Because the man was stoic. Never cried. Never had tears.
Awful.
It's amazing. I wish I had that much money I could put on a prop bet.
You know what? Kim Soo Lee would have cried.
Yeah.
I think he did cry when he missed a cut.
Yeah, when he got knocked up out of there, he was like...
It was so bad.
Go
He
back.
had like 6 bogeys and 8 holes on the second day. It was so funny. Meanwhile, my supposed dark horse was like in the lead. I was looking at all. I was like,
I was like, damn. Bill's got this one in the bag, but man.
Oh man.
Shout out to Autumn Brown in the chat saying hi, and G Money saying Koepka got progressively worse each round.
He did, but he also was one of like 4 people to shoot the rounds that he did, the first 54 holes, to have the lead that he had, like to be as under as he was par. Like, I think he was like one of 4 people to be that low.
Yeah.
After like the first 2 rounds. But like he did play lights out the first round. He played really good in the second round. I mean, the weather did play a factor.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that the trees didn't kill anybody, I would have taken that prop bet.
Right.
The tree comes out and nobody died. We didn't get to see one ambulance.
Oh, that's a bet. I mean, for y'all, I didn't see too many of that bullshit.
This man didn't even watch any of it.
I
was glued to the TV for 4 days, man. It was really it was great. Except Saturday, because there wasn't a lot of golf on Saturday because of all the weather.
Shout out to
But
G
Sunday
Money
was great, though.
and Autumn Brown for being out there.
Yes.
Yeah, Autumn.
I would say we don't see much Autumn Brown, so shout out for her for coming out to represent the show.
I kind of feel like one of us sees Autumn.
Well, I'm a little biased here, but
I was gonna say he married to her, so he's more biased than the rest of us.
Now we're gonna go to a break. When we
Are
come
we?
back, we do have some community comments to get into.
Yeah, some fun ones. Assholes.
A little personal community comments.
A little bit.
You know, the damn person would say that shit though if they were sitting there.
They wouldn't say it in my face.
Probably margarita mix. Yeah, we're gonna go to a break. We'll be back with G Money on the other end and the community comments. So stay tuned.
Hey.
I gotta see this.
Yeah. Hey. On my way to the boat, like I ain't just have on the coat when I landed. Outran it. Perched at the edge of the branches. They don't wanna talk mansions. Mine look like a campus.
No, because look what happened. I was like fucking around because they just talk about dentists randomly. So I was like, did somebody say dentist? And then their response was just so fucking weird. That I was like, this might be
including his stars. Number 2, De'Aaron Fox's clutch play. He's been shooting 54.2% in the clutch. You do not want the ball in his hands late in the game. Number 3, Sabonis is a dog. He's been averaging 19.2 points a game, 7.2 assists, and 12.5 rebounds per game. He's leading the NBA in rebounds. He is outstanding, especially with De'Aaron Fox. That combo is deadly. Number 4, they have an extremely efficient young core. Like I said, Fox and Sabonis,
And then
but also
look at their name. Their name is Lil KC Gal.
Fantastic on offense.
Their
like, offensive rating is the highest of all time, 118.8.
At first, I thought it was like a 16-year-old, so I didn't want to like.
Yeah. Trendsetter, band frame getter, with whatever. I buy diamonds when I'm under pressure. When I apply, shit don't ever let up. Yeah. Look, I'm in the cut, the boy in the cut.
I'm gonna start it off at the point position, put Luka. Then in the shooting guard position, I'm gonna go ahead and put Steph. LeBron at that wonderful power forward position. I kind of up in the air pick is gonna be Clay at the other forward position. Very iffy pick, and then of course I gotta put the Joker there at the big man position. He's gonna be in a wonderful all-star pick. Clay being that sketchy kind of dark horse role, but I think the team will get it done perfectly.
I got sided with the East, because not only are they better, but Shaq's head sets in the West, so I'm running down the East for you. This is my starting 5 for the East if they were healthy and if there's the East roster. Trae Young at 1. Can't go wrong with that Bulldog. Durant at 2. Hurt now, but if he was healthy, he'd be starting. We're going to go ahead and have Tatum at 3. Going to have Tatum at 3 because we're putting the Greek Freak at 4. You can't move Giannis. And then we're going to finish it off with Embiid at 5. And the reason why is because he's going to break down the Joker's rashy ass like he did last week in the All-Star game. So that's my 5. Shaq's head is setting in the West. I'll give you his rundown later. You tell us who your starting 5 for the West and East would be.
Did you know AFR is also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts? Click the first link in the description below to listen to the most recent episode of the show.
always given us a hard time. They will continue.
Monday Night Football, AFR. We out here. Damn right, Monday Night Football. Let's go.
It is sound. Yeah, that's what it was. Step all the way. That's the best I can do. Do some.
That shit is bleeding for some odd reason. Hepatitis ass? What the? Where did you fucking cut yourself?
So Patty Onions is going to have an adverse effect.
All right, how are we getting out of here?
Yeah. Yep, in my white tee. Yeah, call up Mike Williams for the hype, please. They gon' wipe you before you wipe me. My boxes of checks, not my Nikes. Cactus, not no iced tea. Got them bamboozled like I'm Spike Lee. You need more than Google just to find me. I just call a beta, get a hyphy. Incredible, general. I just got the label just to sign me. Me and Chase connected like we Siamese. We been on a run, feel like a crime spree. Talk to me nicely. I see his face. Yeah, on his right tee. Yeah.
My opinion of Jimmy Butler, one of the top 3 greatest Heat players of all time, and my answers could be absolutely not. Shaq, LeBron, Wade, Bosh, and all those people who played before him on the Heat, who are by far, I feel like, a lot better than he is for the team, and did a lot more. There's a lot more to prove before he even gets mentioned in that conversation.
Referees, you throw the flag, you blow the whistle. You not throw the flag, you not blow the whistle. We had over the weekend a game between Creighton and San Diego State University where a call put San Diego State on the line to shoot free throws and ended up winning the game, going to the Final Four. We saw a similar thing happen in the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Eagles, and it basically, the call put Kansas City in field goal range. So, were they correct calls? Yes. Should the calls have been made to help decide a game at the end? You let us know in the comments.
Giannis did not play. He went out in the first quarter with whatever injury he had. They beat the brakes off of y'all.
Yeah, more than brakes. I cut the brake line. They were riding in a car down
Gentlemen.
with no brakes. That's
Doing good. He's still drinking bloody Mexican soda.
No, I got more.
Is that what that is right there?
Out of pocket jokes. I gotta beat that. I gotta get live somewhere else.
Well, leave Anne Frank alone. That was a brave young girl.
G Money in the chat.
Okay.
All right, AFR Nation, let's talk about my favorite thing that has happened in free agency so far. Baker fucking Mayfield going to the Bucks. Baker ball, baby. I cannot wait to hear the Champa Bay fans turn into Champa Bay fans. Going from Tom Brady to Baker Mayfield. I think they're only winning 3 or 4 games. They'll probably beat the Texans, maybe steal one from the Saints, maybe steal one from Carolina. Hell, maybe take 2 from Carolina. I don't know. 4 games at best. But here's my question. How many wins do you think the 2020
we were going to ask
are going to get?
G Money if you knew about BBC.
Let us know in the comments.
Remember to follow the show
Dude,
on
man, I don't
Instagram
do
and
porn.
TikTok at AFR Sports.
BBC.
That's it, AFR
But it's-
Sports.
I know some people
now
that
back
know
to
about
the show with your
BBC.
hosts, Jalen, Shaquille, and
And I'm pretty sure Shaq knows some people that
appreciate BBC, but you know,
Welcome back. You want some names?
as they used to say
All right, welcome
back in the
everybody,
'90s,
to
homie, don't
After
play that
Film
game.
Review, Episode 132. Episode 132. Episode 131, isn't it?
We could not have a smooth transition. We just cannot have a smooth transition.
Look, one of y'all mentioned BBC's and G Money's picked up and ran with it.
Oh, okay. All right. Buckwheat playing for the Thunder. I didn't even know that. What? All right, let's go.
There's a lot of scotch on this table right now. G Money.
I had limited time to pour it. How we doing, G Money?
How's it going, G Money?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic. What are you sipping on?
10-year-old Bullet.
Damn. Okay. I might have broke Jalen's mouse, but.
Oh, we got Johnny Walker Gold label.
Didn't you hand him a paper towel? Didn't even clean it up over there.
I'm waiting till I take the shot before. I was like, I want to clean up twice because that's all.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
The 2 brain cells I got left, so I might as well. What is this man? This man look homeless is gonna be trying to figure out a job.
All you see is a bunch of homeless people. Nestor, what are you taking a shot of?
Water.
What am I drinking?
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the Stella.
What are you taking a shot of, though?
Wait.
Oh, nothing. I'm not taking a shot of anything. I did too much last weekend.
You driving somewhere? Or you going back in the closet behind you? I don't understand where your living situation
Wait,
is.
but before we take our shots, we have to ask G Money. Is the British Beer Company a real beer?
So no.
Yeah, like the Mario Brothers are real.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Someone just took a Sharpie and wrote that on beer cans.
Yeah, this man got the Louis.
Look it up.
All right. Well, we got our answer. So, cheers, gentlemen. Okay. That's 100% his fault.
Clean it up the first.
No.
That's why I just gave it towards the end.
Maybe don't turn your wrist like you're drinking.
I am sorry they got limited rotation of what I can do.
If he moved at all, that's
He did this.
All right.
There was much
Come for the man who spilled down the pour anyway.
I'm just saying I have a pretty good track record of not doing that. They just had limited amount of time to do it.
That's what I tell all my girls.
You know. So let's go ahead and talk about the community, social media.
Yeah, let's get on to what our fantastic community has to say.
That's how
community
we're calling
comments. This all comes from at AFR Sports on TikTok and Instagram. So if you're not already following us, that's at AFR Sports on either one. So, Malin, you asked the question of will Lamar Jackson be a Raven week 1? Very good question with all the drama going around about him right now. And folks had some other comments to say, but
we don't. Okay.
Right. If you want to start with that, you can. But if you want to jump right into the actual,
well, I think his name was Limp Bizkit, because he's limp.
Like the band?
Like somebody wanted to throw out some sort of comment about my teeth.
Right.
Like my teeth are there for them to feel better about themselves. Yeah, they don't even have a profile picture of their own face. Like they're so fucking ugly. Their profile picture is a mixed tequila margarita that's owned by George Clooney. So that automatically makes you a bitch. So yeah, my teeth aren't great, but you know what? They do what they're supposed to do. They chew fucking food, you jackass. So,
It ain't always funny. The people that always gotta say something about someone else's looks don't ever have their profile picture available for you to see.
Yeah.
Well,
So funny.
their name is Lil KC Gal, isn't it?
I don't know.
Little
Little
Biscuit.
Casey's Limp Biscuit. I thought it was the same thing. Somebody like I don't know, baked a biscuit, put it under water. No, like first of all, like I don't know, like how much low self-esteem do you have that like you're on Twitter,
or
TikTok, and you're like, oh, this guy's teeth, like, oh my god, like, dude, shut up, like, dentist, orthodontist, whatever. My teeth do what they're supposed to do, keep me alive by chewing food, bitch.
Right.
So I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, like he's not lying. They are bad. Like I could put a piece of cheese on one end, and I could put a mouse on the other, and that mouse is not finding that fucking cheese. Like it is bad. I never had braces as a kid. I don't blame nobody. Never had it. Don't care because my teeth work fine. So him apparently, I don't know.
Yeah. Or
Limp
her.
dick syndrome, whatever. Yeah, if it's a her, probably still got a penis. So.
But they
Probably wants one.
Comment.
Yeah, I wish they had it. Wish they could get it.
But on the actual subject of
let's talk about jackasses.
So now with OBJ being in Baltimore, do you guys think that Lamar will actually still be a Raven come week 1?
In my personal opinion, if he was smart, he would be. Because if you look at longevity-wise, I feel like take the opportunities while you can. There's a reason no other team has rushed to get you so far. So just go ahead and take the opportunities. If your team is willing to invest in other people to help you progress into whatever future they think, go ahead and take it. Like I said, the main reason I think he's going to stay is that hopefully he's smart to realize that if there's another team who's not racing to come and fucking get you, there's a reason for that.
Right.
Just go ahead and plant your roots here and just figure it out from here and win where you can.
Yeah, I'm with Shaq 100% here. If, in football, outside of football, the market dictates what it wants. So if there was actually a bunch of teams that were just crazy to have Lamar with his demands, he'd be picked up by now. But that's obviously not the case. So I think that by hook or by crook, he'll probably be there week 1. It'll be kind of weird, but the drama will continue, I think, for the Ravens this season. What do you think, Malin?
Well, I was actually going to ask what G Money thought first
let's go G
before
Money.
I win. I want G Money's thoughts on this. Go ahead, G Money.
I mean, yeah, if Lamar was smart, he'd go ahead and sign the franchise tag. That's $32.5 million. OBJ is going to be the best receiver he ever had. Right now, he's the best receiver on the Ravens. And then just ball out. I mean, before he got injured, I think the first 3 games of last year, he was averaging 300 yards passing and 100 yards rushing. And then he got injured, and I don't think the injury was as bad as he let on. I think he just decided, well, let's see how you do without me. And they didn't do that good without him. And nobody else wants to sign him because they don't want to give up 2 number ones. And everything they've heard, and they don't know how accurate it is he wants a fully guaranteed contract of north of $300 million. And everybody basically wants to kill the Cleveland Browns owner for giving Deshaun Watson $250 million guaranteed, fully guaranteed. So no one's willing to do that either. If he sits out, they'll tag him again next year. He's not going to get paid. They're not going to get 2 number ones for him. And all of a sudden, it'll be basically 2.5 years that he hasn't played. He's lost over $70 million at that point, and he's not going to make it up. Someone will sign him to a 1-year prove-it deal at maybe $25 million. If I were him, I'd sign the tag. I'd come in. I'd ball the hell out. And then if they're going to tag me next year, I think the tag is looking north of like 47 million. And they'd have to do not the franchise tag, but they'd have to do the exclusive tag. So that guarantees him close to like 52 million. I don't know if the Ravens want to do that. And if they can't work out a deal, go in, do a Kirk Cousins. He played under the tag 2 years in a row and then signed a mega deal with the Vikings. And he sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think he's going to be the week 1 starter. Because there were reports out there that he was the one recruiting OBJ to go to the Ravens. Yeah. And so if he's recruiting OBJ to go to the Ravens, then that'd kind of be a bitch move.
Right.
To recruit somebody to go to a team that you don't plan to play for. But I think the reason why he recruited OBJ was because he realized, being his own agent, which was a dumbass move, that there wasn't a market for him because, like G Money said, people didn't want to give up the first round draft picks. Okay. And then you tack on the fact that you want a fully guaranteed contract. We're not talking Kirk Cousins, $84 million fully guaranteed for a few years. Like, we're talking, you want Deshaun Watson money, fully guaranteed, which everybody in the NFL and everybody that's a fan of the NFL understands that that's a dumbass move. Right. And so I think he's reading the tea leaves, because I don't think he's that stupid. And he's realizing that, you know what? Baltimore's my best bet next year. Now, I do think it's a little bit of a gamble betting on yourself. Yeah. If he was smart, because he has until July 15 to still negotiate a deal with Baltimore. I think his best bet is to negotiate a deal with Baltimore. Get the 130, 160 million guaranteed that they're wanting to give you for your 4 to 5 year deal, whatever it is they want to do. Because betting on yourself he has not been healthy the last 2 years.
Right.
He keeps missing time. So betting on himself does not seem like the smart play. To me, it doesn't. Yeah. Because if he bets on himself and he signs this franchise tender and he bets on himself and he ends up missing 8 games, 6 games, even 4 games because of injuries, that's going to hurt his value again in the market. And it's going to give Baltimore even more of a little bit of a leg to stand on when it comes to why they're not going to give him the fully guaranteed deal. And no NFL team is going to give him a fully guaranteed deal if he misses multiple games again next year.
Yeah.
So I hope that he does a smart thing. I know he doesn't have an agent, but I hope he's smart enough to know he doesn't have a Shaq head, but he's got a Shaq neck. Hope he's smart enough to know that I need to just sign this deal. What the Browns did was stupid. Secure your future.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. Because at the end of the day, he's playing with fire.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous.
It is very dangerous. Nestor, do you have any thoughts on this before we move on?
No, I mean, same thing. He needs to just secure something before he makes a huge mistake. I think just adding old man to the team is just, it just sucks. Stupid move. But yeah, I don't think the Ravens are going to go anywhere. I don't think they're even going to be slightly better than last season, honestly. So, yeah.
Well, we'll see what ends up happening. We got of course, we got the draft coming up here in a couple of weeks, so maybe something comes out of that. But we'll see. So, let's get into the last segment of this week's show, which is, of course, your favorites, the Ride or Die in 5, where we give you the best 5 betting picks in sports this upcoming week. So let's start off with. I'm not going to put these up there because they're not up to date on screen. I'll just read them off where they are up to date. So last week, not a very good week for most of us.
You were 1-4, weren't you?
Yeah, yes.
Damn.
I was 1-4. Nestor was also 1-4.
I was 2-3.
2-3. Shaq and G Money were the only two people to have winning records last week. They were 3-2.
Which is saying something.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Overall,
this man's showing up 3 right now.
Overall,
he's not allowed to go drink with his sister for the show.
Oh, look, she grieving. We gotta drink with the sister.
Malin is 163 and 110. He is plus 53. I am 177 and 137 plus 40. Shaq 164 and 144. Excuse me, he's plus 20. G Money, he went ahead and moved into the 3rd place position.
Damn, Nestor.
He is 81 and 71 plus 10. And then Nestor 56 and 48. He's plus 8. So not a very good week for Nestor.
Well, the teams I picked decided not to play, so that maybe had something to do with it.
It wasn't really good for any of us. We've been really good for like the last 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Last week, woof.
It was one of those weeks.
Well, it was the last week of the season, right?
Yeah.
So players weren't starting. It's almost like if you were actually betting these games, laying money down, I probably would have walked away from those games. It's just something because you don't know until game time who's starting, who's not. And a lot of things you just throw out the window. Records, it's like, who you have to look at and think who needs the game the most. Yeah. Because if the other team doesn't need it, doesn't care, their starters aren't playing.
Yeah. Right.
And that's what we all got caught up in is you look at the teams and you're going, okay, yeah, this is the way it should work when you look at it on paper, but then you find out that, who the hell are these starting 5? I haven't seen these people before. They're like bench players, and you're like, shit, okay.
Yeah.
And then golf programs.
I mean, listen, if you're betting money on these teams at the last week of the season, shame on you. Like, you shouldn't. Like, we're making picks because we got the Ride or Die 5, but if you're following our money trail on the Ride or Die 5 last week because you need to pay rent, you made a mistake because it was too volatile.
Yes.
We did the best we could, people.
Right.
And a couple people still ended up positive.
Yeah.
One of them was Pinky over here. But
you sound very
I meant
upset.
to say Brain because Pinky was the dumb one. But
Y'all sound very upset. I went positive, and all of a sudden, a whole person went positive.
I meant to say Brain. I was thinking of the two. I meant to say Brain because of the big head. I apologize, Shaq.
I just went positive, and that's all I need on the process.
Let's advance to the first playoff game of this weekend.
Even when I don't mean to, I shit on you, man. That's unfortunate.
We've got the Nets at the Sixers Saturday at 1:00. I'll start it off, and we'll just go around this way. So let's go. I'm going to take the Sixers at home. I'm sorry, but they're just simply a better team. So let me get the Sixers to win game 1.
Yeah, I'm taking Philly on this one. I do think that it's going to be a series. But I do think Philly at home with the MVP, who damn well better be the MVP. Don't rob this man again. I think Philly's going to win this one.
Go ahead, Shaq.
I'm going to agree with the majority so far.
Yeah,
and I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to go ahead and pick the Phillies to win this one. I have no faith in the other team right now, so I'm going to go ahead and pick the better team overall. So,
go ahead, G Money.
Yeah, Philly's 4-0 against Brooklyn, and that was when Brooklyn had KD and Irving. I'm going Philly though. You look at Philly, and you go, they're a good team, but at some point they're going to fuck it up. Damn. You just know, that. But it's not going to be this game.
Okay. I was like, you just picked this team to win, and you said they're going to fuck it up. And I do know that they were 4-0.
They will. No, they'll fuck it up.
Again, I do know that they were 4-0
This will
against
be a
Cleveland.
series because they're not going to. Because I don't believe they're going to sweep them.
Yeah, well, no, they won't. And I know they were 4-0 against Brooklyn. I know that at some point they did have KD and they did have Kyrie Irving. And I guess Ben Simmons was still hurt.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, did they really have Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving? Because they were hurt all the time.
Nestor, who do you like in this one?
I like Philly. I'm not gonna lie. I can't even act like I would pick the Nets now. Philly all the way.
Roger that.
He was gonna try it.
Yeah.
He was gonna try it.
Well, no, I can't.
All right, 6 o'clock on Saturday. Next game, we have the Knicks at the Cavs. Bit more of a compelling series here. Malin, who do you like here?
Listen, this is a weird one because yes, Cleveland has won 7 out of the last 10. One of the teams they lost to was New York. I do think that Brunson has been playing well. Randall's supposed to be back, but at the end of the day, I really love what Mitchell has done with the Cavs and being game 1 at Cleveland. I think it's going to be a really hard series. Like I'm not picking who's going to win the series on this one. I'm just picking game 1.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Cleveland on this one. I do think that Cleveland's going to pull this one out.
Go ahead, Shaq.
I'm gonna agree with Malin, not just because it's a Malin saying his opinion. I also agree with that the Cavs have been an elite team these past couple weeks, and I'm gonna go ahead and agree with them. I feel like they can win game 1, and we'll see how the rest of the series plays out. But game 1, I feel like they can claim this and clutch this out and make their statement. And statistically saying, not saying that, game 1 definitely does say a lot for a lot of people.
Goddamn.
G Money.
Give this man some more water.
I like this series. I'm going to be watching this series. I really do. I like both teams. The Knicks are 3-1 against Cleveland. The odds makers have Cleveland favored by 5.5 at home. But you know what? I'm going to go with the Knicks. I may be wrong, but I'm going to go with the Knicks.
Right.
And I do think it'll be a close game.
I like it.
Nestor?
Well, the last time the Cavs beat the Knicks was back in October. And like Malin said, the last time they played, I think the Knicks kicked some ass. So either way, I know this series I think is going to go to game 7. If any series will go to game 7, it's this one.
So help me God.
I just wanna- Yeah, give me the Cavs. I can't.
He's like the Stephen A. Smith of this show.
'Cause I don't think the Cavs will lose again at home,
Out of his
especially this
ass
game.
the entire time, then contradicts himself when he makes a pick on something.
One of us has to. I'm just gonna pick the Cavs outright. I won't give you the whole.
I'm just glad
The whole song and dance. And
I'm just glad that Nestor doesn't have Stephen A. Smith's hairline, because that would be a tragedy.
I mean, one of us that does.
Is that a me joke? This
Speaking of Shaq.
This man just made a head joke.
Speaking of Shaq, we have Golden State at Sacramento, game 1. Shaq, who do you like?
I'm gonna go Golden State purely because I feel like Golden State is gonna feel a need that they gotta come out here strong in game 1, make a point, let them know that Steph really still got it going on, and they gotta come out with a statement coming out. So I'm gonna go ahead and go Golden State for the game 1. We'll see for the series, but for now, based on the vibe, I'm just gonna go Golden State for game 1.
Okay, G Money.
This is interesting, right? I mean, Golden State's 11-30 on the road. Draymond Green came out earlier last week and saying that they wanted Sacramento in the playoffs. It's like, yeah, because we can beat them. It's like, okay, whatever, dude. It's a 1-point game. So the odds makers are looking at this going, like, this is almost a toss-em, right? A pick-em. And I do think if Wiggins plays, I think Golden State will win this game. And I'm going Golden State.
All right, 2 for Golden State. Nestor.
Don't worry, I won't do the same thing again. But this is difficult just because I think Golden State will win the series. But I'm not sure if they win game 1. But you know what? Knowing Golden State, if they're gonna win the series, I feel like they would win game 1. So give me Golden State.
So y'all can't blame me for this series because y'all went ahead and picked with me. And I went first.
You're gonna have to take that up with G Money and Nestor. I'm taking the Kings at home to hold this thing down.
If y'all watching this like after the fact, I want y'all to go ahead and pause the video now, zoom in on this man's face so y'all can make sure y'all know this man said not Golden State. So just let y'all know.
Taking the Kings at home.
Kings.
At home.
When's the last time the Kings won a game playoffs?
I don't know. LeBron James, the king, he wins all the time.
All right.
When was the last time the Warriors won a game on the road?
They were 11-30 on the road.
Against Sacramento. Actually, they won 2. Because they won that one, and then they won, I think, the last game they played on the road.
Out of 82 games, they won 11 of them on the road.
All right. What's the last? It goes back to my question. What's the last time Sacramento won a game in playoffs?
So when they win at home, they reinforce the Golden State stat. I don't want to hear nothing come next Wednesday.
What did Golden State beat the last time they won the championship?
I'm just asking questions I've yet to reach an answer to my question.
And Nestor, you can go ahead and stay in Columbia.
I mean, Draymond Green said, if you're not first, you're last.
Exactly.
Go ahead and stay there drinking that fake beer.
This girl standing right behind the camera right now looking at me.
She does it every week. That's why we get the same look. She's giving him the throat symbol now.
It's got the neighbor looking through him through the window. His girl over the camera. Yeah. His dentist sitting in the office right now waiting for him. So.
Jesus Lord. Listen. I do not believe in Golden State on the road. I don't care if it's game 1, whatever. And listen, I'm going with Sacktown.
There we go.
Sacktown, baby. They are going to win this game because they got the offense. And Golden State doesn't play defense anyways. They score points, but Sacktown scores points. And so I'm going with Sacramento on game 1. I have no idea who is winning this series at all. Because I think it'll be wild.
Yes.
Like I said, what was the over-under going to be on, technical fouls on Draymond Green or throwing mouthpieces with Curry? And I don't know what's going to be the over-under on that. I don't know who's going to win that. Yeah. But I'm going with Sacktown on that one.
All right. I'm really liking that last pick.
So you and I are going to be 2-0.
Right. Yeah. I think that goes without saying. We've got the Lakers at the Grizzlies.
This man got his headphones in his eye right now.
Man, every week concerned about my headphones set up.
We have the Lakers at the Grizzlies.
I'm just saying, at some point, I'm gonna be able to meet Pauly Shore because he's gonna have to walk back into the fucking Biodome over here. This man over here.
G Money, who do you like here?
I like Memphis. I really do. The Lakers injuvenated themselves with when they got rid of Westbrook. We all know that. We can see that. But man, the Grizzlies were winning when they suspended Draymond. When they suspended him, that they still won.
Both.
And he's back, and he's going to play, and he's going to be packing. So when LeBron goes up to dunk on him, he's going to shoot his ass. He's going to put a cap in his motherfucking ass to show that he's a real old fucking G.
I love you, honey. Nestor, who do you like here?
Wait, what did you want pick? No, I'm just kidding. The Lakers, I feel, will take this series, but for that to happen, I feel like they will lose the first game. They'll give me Memphis at home.
They're gonna win the series, but for that to happen, they gotta lose game 1. Backs up against the wall.
More flip flop than Max.
I don't know about anybody else, but when G Money was talking about busting a cap in his ass, I was picturing Ja Morant in some sort of plaid sweater vest because his name is Clarence, and just shooting somebody. That was. Oh my God. Okay, so who's gonna win?
I'm also going with the Grizzlies at home here. For game 1, I still think the Lakers will pull this out in the end, but game 1, I think the Grizzlies will win this at home. So, yeah.
I'm taking the Lakers.
There we go.
I am taking the Lakers game 1 because this is the most rested they're going to be in the entire series. Okay?
This is true.
Ja Morant is like a midget with dreads pretending like he's shooting people with a gun. He's a lot of anger and he doesn't actually hit that well from the field outside of like dunking and they're like crazy shit.
He's not a great shooter.
I think Unibrow is gonna put an umbrella over his ass a little bit. I think he's gonna get the pain in there and just do some work. And I do think that the Lakers have better shooters right now with the way that they are currently constructed.
Yes.
I think they were a better shooting team. So I understand that Memphis is at home, but you're putting the king. Game 1. I just wanted to emphasize the king because this man been talking about how LeBron James is a GOAT, but going to lose game 1. So the king, game 1.
Figure out why I'm the whole person.
Okay. With Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis at some point is going to yell Kobe and hit a jumper. Like, it's going to happen. So I'm taking the Lakers.
Stick bug.
Go ahead, Shaq.
I'm going to go ahead and pick myself the Lakers. Also.
Damn right you
Money. We picked the Lakers to win this, and I feel like there's no way to leave that out than winning game 1 of the series. You go ahead and clap this team out. Man, if the biggest hype about this team is about this man's suspension and this man being able to be a fake gang member. So
damn right. Clarence.
Yes, go ahead and win this game outright from day 1 from the game 1.
Yes.
So fuck whatever drama.
G Money, C Money, show me the money. Lakers and 1.
Lakers and 1. So whatever bullshit going on with the Grizzlies, don't give a damn.
J-Mod's going to do a drive-by on the Lakers fucking bus on the way to the arena.
The only way this man's going to win this game is by calling a shot and a drive-by. So that's the only way.
This is the one game in all these I hope I'm wrong on. If the Lakers win this, I'll be pretty damn satisfied. Last one. 8 o'clock, we have Clippers and Suns. Game 1. Nestor, who do you like here?
Phoenix.
Echo that. I'll go real quick. Phoenix. Mainland.
Yeah, just Phoenix. Stop it.
Shaq.
I can pull Nestor. This will be the hardest, like I said, the most entertaining of my games of Series 1 division.
What the
This week are very competitive, but I'm also going to pick the Phoenix to win this one. Like Nestor, I like to throw a lot of excessive words out there for no fucking reason, but go ahead and pick the team.
Nestor just like screen time.
It's like, I know Dr. Seuss wrote a lot of good books, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pick everybody else's, even though it make no damn sense with the conversation.
He's like redfish, bluefish, Phoenix, and 4.
Exactly. It's
Let's
like I
go.
don't give a damn. I just like make small talk.
All right, G Money.
Money.
Don't you do it.
Yeah, I'm with you all.
Yes.
Phoenix.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's trying to make sure his dentist knows that his denture's keeping it in his mouth properly. So that's why he trying to keep talking for no reason.
So from the top, we're all agreeing that the Sixers will win Game 1. We're all agreeing that we have G Money saying that the Knicks will win against the Cavs in Game 1. The rest of us are on the I'm fucking up.
Who's been
We're
drinking?
all agreeing that the Cavs will win Game 1. G Money is on.
I was like, me and Mel would drink. I'm seeing him out in the gym over there struggling, trying to get these words.
Right at it and said the complete opposite. We have next up Shaq, G Money, and Nestor on the Warriors. Myself and Malin are on the Kings. We have Malin and Shaq on the Lakers. The rest of us are on the Grizzlies. And then last but not least, we're all agreeing on the Suns.
That was a lot of words to say that I'm going 5-0. But that's cool. That was
It's okay. I hope me and you got the same exact picks throughout the.
No, we don't.
Yeah, you don't. There's
No, you picked one different.
One different.
I am by myself in my own lane riding the 5-0 ship.
I hope we go 4-1.
Because he just realized his math was not mathing.
I'm saying I'm already one game above you.
Like,
I'm already one game above you. So if I go 4,
I hope you go 5-2.
You're one game above me because Kefka decided to take a drink for.
That's just hoping to go 5.
Nesta got a lot of people. He's hoping.
Kepka forgot that he was playing the PGA and not the Live. So he figured that fourth round didn't count.
4-hole champ, motherfucker.
Exactly. Nesta's hitting all the holes besides the one he's trying to expect to get. Right. So.
Oh, that burnt. All right, so this is going to conclude this episode.
This is. I want to thank you all for watching, listening.
Love everybody. Thank you for tuning in, giving all the comments.
Yes.
And tune back next week to see. No, you don't mute this guys.
I'm saying
tune back next week to see who was 5-0, 4-1, 0-5 next week.
This was a quick episode.
If anyone's 0-5, no one's 5-0. So that's
I'm saying if I go 0-5, you fuck too. So
terribly wrong.
If you go 0-5, we're all fun. Ain't no one going 500. Because you're Switzerland. Look at that big ass head. He's got everything in there. Just non-combative ass.
Thank you all for watching.
Love you guys. See you next week.
We'll see you all next week. Peace out.
Peace.